Okay, hello and welcome back. Today you join me for the Belgium Grand Prix. I kind of missed the Hungarian Grand Prix because I forgot to record. But there's the results of that. We came P12. It was a very boring race, to be honest. I wouldn't have made much content out of that. So, it's not a big deal. I didn't gain any points. Bottas gained a bit of a lead on us. We have a driver retirement announcement. Sebastian Vettel will be retiring at the end of this season, which is unfortunate. Today and from now on, we have a new McLaren livery for the McLaren team. It is their Abu Dhabi one. I found this while scrolling through Race Department. The link will be in the description. It is really cool. I would recommend checking it out. Without further ado, we'll get into qualifying. It is wet. One thing I can do is I can drive in the wet. Yeah, I quite like driving in the wet, to be honest. And this proves it. At the end of our second flying lap, we have Sector 1 and Sector 2 both in purple. We are on the full blues. The blue stripe, we skid it a little bit there. 5 seconds green, 4.9 seconds green. That is pole position.
Okay, good job, mate. Really well done. That was a fantastic drive.
That's our first pole position of our career. Like I said, driving in the wet, man.
To the Belgian Grand Prix, the race that gave us the maiden victory for the Jordan team in 1998. And in the same team, the phenomenal debut of a young Michael Schumacher. There's always something special around one of the many corners of this fan-favourite circuit. So here we are once again, ready to go racing through the Ardennes Forest. 4.35 miles of long straights, fast corners and massive elevation changes. It makes this not only one of the most exciting circuits on the calendar, but one that makes for some consistently high-quality racing as well. Simply put it, there really is no place quite like Spa. Anthony Davidson also joins me in the commentary box today. Let's talk about Reed. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
It's been a really solid year so far. There have been some incredible standout performances, but what's really impressed me has been the consistency. With this kind of form, I'm expecting another great race today.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Reed lines up on pole position, and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Sainz, Daniel Ricciardo and Verstappen, Leclerc, Hamilton, Norris and Mick Schumacher, Ocon, Giovinazzi, Yuki Tsunoda and Vettel, Aitken, Raikkonen, Pierre Gasly. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty, and George Russell, Stroll, Mazepin, Tigtum and Nicholas Latifi. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
So, we're on the front grid position in Belgium. We're going to go for a one-stopper, soft to medium, because we obviously get a brand new set for this because qualifying was in the wet, on the wet tyres. If we somehow qualified on the softs, we would have to start on those softs. But we're going to go for a one-stopper. Lap 8 or 9 will be pitting. There is a weather forecast for rain and thunder and lightning, which I've never seen that icon before. That's dope. So yeah, rain is on the lookout. But without further ado, to 5 red lights, we are underway for the Belgian Grand Prix. We get a pretty good start here. Bottas on our left also gets a pretty decent start. He gets ahead of us. We go for a dive down the inside of turn 1 to try and keep that position. We go wide, but we manage to keep the position on Bottas. Bloody hell, I'm out of breath. We managed to keep the position as we go down into Eau Rouge. We are still ahead by about 0.2 seconds as we go down the Kemmel Straight and go off the grass, or off the track a little bit there into the grass. Bottas is closing in. He's behind us. We deploy ERS and he just can't get past. Perez has a look down the inside, but he's not going to make that happen. He gets a move down on the inside of Bottas, but we manage to keep the lead out of the start. We have not lost our position, which is surprising because the only reason we won that or got pole was because it was wet and I can control the car quite well in the wet. But I'm telling you now, this whole race is just going to be me defending.
Track resulting in loose debris.
if I get overtaken, I'm screwed.
And there are no plans for a safety car right now.
At the end of lap 2, we are going green, personal best in Sector 1 and Sector 2. Can we set a new fastest lap? Yes, we can. Ricciardo steals it, Sainz steals it, Hamilton steals it. Yeah. That's kind of how that goes. On to lap 3 then. Down into Eau Rouge. Probably one of my favourite corners. Very satisfying if you get it right. But can also be very dangerous. In the wet especially. Also if you just lose grip. Bottas goes for a move down the Kemmel straight on the inside. He gets ahead of us. We can't go for a defensive dive manoeuvre down the inside like we normally would. So on lap 4, we have Perez now on the Kemmel straight. Kemmel straight. He goes past us. We get the position back because we are not going to give up positions that easily. If we can keep our ERS until those straights, by the time they come past us, like now, where Perez will be on our left-hand side, he touches us a little bit. He backs off, but he's still there. We're going to nab DRS from him. We go for a dive down the inside into the bus stop chicane. We get past him. We also have DRS on him. He comes to our left rear. Almost a bit of contact there. Ricciardo gets past Perez then. We're still in P2. Ricciardo in P3. Down the Kemmel straight, Ricciardo goes for a look. Round the outside, he gets past us. We go for a dive down the inside of Ricciardo again then. I don't know why I cut it there, but I did. Oh, it's because I paused it. That's why I paused my game.
You made it look easy.
But we make it back. We get the position back. Nice and easy. Lap 8 then. On to lap 9. We are going into the pits. So is Valtteri Bottas. Some people aren't, you know. Perez has stayed out. Yellow flags. I don't know what's happened there. Bottas has gone onto the hard. Why is Bottas on the hard set of tyres? Especially with the weather forecast. That's a bit silly. You want to have the most grip possible those first couple of laps before you go onto the inters or full wets, if you decide to go on the inters or full wets. 2.2 second stop, pretty decent. I'll take it. As we leave the pits, we are in P14. A little bit of a drift there. We're all good. Lap 11 then.
Good news, it looks like the fault has been fixed.
Well, my ERS is stuck deployed then, which isn't good. As you can see, I'm having to cut off the grass, kind of dip a little bit of speed. Luckily, it's on the Kemmel straight. It's not in like Sector 2 or Sector 3 where ERS open would be a killer. But that's really irritating because we're going to have to drain our battery.
The issue seems to be fixed, but we will keep monitoring it our end.
It's all good. It's been fixed. Didn't do too much damage. Lap 12 then. Up Eau Rouge and Radion into Radion. We have a little bit of a spin here. Can we keep it? Can we stop it from hitting the wall? Yes, we can. Nice 360 there. And we only lose one position. That was dope. Right, lap 13 then. Sainz has a look down the inside through Pouon. But he can't make it past. The rain, it seems, is starting to fall. Is it starting to fall? I believe it is.
There's been an incident on track resulting in loose debris. Fortunately, the marshals have managed to clear it up in time and there are no plans for a safety car right now. Gap to car in front is 4.7 seconds.
Rain is falling. Skipping ahead then to lap 16 into Pouon. Rain is heavily falling. We're drifting. We're skidding all over the place. Somehow managed to keep the car under control.
Okay, there appears to be an issue. We're currently investigating.
Oh no, don't say that. Alright, we'll ignore that for now. Lap 16.
Your MFD for a new strategy option.
Bottas is pitting for inters. I'm assuming Jeff is suggesting we pit for inters. He was. Luckily we managed to preemptively decide that we were probably going to go in for inters anyways. Into the pits we go. We're going to have a 2.9 second pit stop. Not great, not awful.
Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track.
Some people have said out. Not very smart of them.
Okay,
and
we have a severe engine issue.
What?
Find a safe space to retire or return to the pits.
So,
I repeat, find somewhere to retire immediately.
Not
it's
again.
Too dangerous to stay on track.
I haven't even finished a bloody Belgium Grand Prix yet. Every time we've had a DNF. Last time it was a gearbox. This time I don't even know what it was. There didn't appear to be anything wrong. But that's our race over with 5 laps to go. We're in P3.
What a great race there.
would have been.
What a magnificent victory here at the Belgium Grand Prix. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
Well, keeping their tyre temperatures up in the tricky wet conditions was really important. There's not much grip out there at the best of times, and it's 10 times worse if you're out there on cold tyres. So the way they kept the rubber in its proper operating window was a huge advantage today.
And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners today.
Well then, Valtteri Bottas wins and increases, or no, decreases the gap between us now. It's going to be like within 20 points. Like one race could switch the lead. It seems like me and Bottas will be battling now for this title for the rest of the season, the last 5 or 6 races.
So let's review the updated driver standings. Despite the best efforts of our championship leader, that lead has taken a bit of a knock today. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
Well, my driver of the day has to be Charles Leclerc. He was unstoppable out on the track today, weaving through the competition with ease.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes moved to the top of the table. Meanwhile, good work from Aston Martin this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time? Be sure to join us again as we continue to bring you the latest excitement in Formula One.
Well, there you have it then. 13 points in it, 32 in the Constructors. Mick comes P8, which is rather good. But this is not the result we wanted. Damn. It always happens, man. And I was having such a good season with the durability as well. Like, no issues, but oh well. Alright. Thank you for joining me for this one. I hope to see you next time for the Russian Grand Prix? I'm not even sure anymore.